Hello Internet, it's me, Elizabeth. As you can tell, I'm not at home today. I decided to go out and take a walk in Rock Creek Park. This is a park that is pretty much smack dab in the middle of Washington, D.C., and it is maybe a half mile from my house. Last time I checked, it was about 38, 39 degrees out right now, but honestly, I don't really care because I was going a little stir crazy. And the cold just wasn't going to keep me out of the outdoors any longer. Thanksgiving was great. I was actually invited over to the house of one of my coworkers, and I had dinner at her house with her husband and her little girl and her mom and her sister, and it was a great time, and I'm really grateful that I didn't have to spend Thanksgiving alone. But the last couple days have been really quiet, and I've spent a lot of time watching How I Met Your Mother and Torchwood on Netflix, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I've said in previous videos, there is always something going on around here. So over the last month, I've been keeping busy doing all sorts of things. About a month ago, I rented a car, and one of my fellow Vistas and I drove out into Virginia and went to an apple orchard and picked a whole bunch of apples. I am still eating apples. A couple weeks ago, I met up with an online meetup group, and about 70 of us got together and did a scavenger hunt at the Smithsonian Natural History Museum, and that was a blast. It was so much fun. Unfortunately, my team came in fourth. We should have won. Maybe next time. And about a week after that, I went and met up with the same group and went to the Shakespeare Company and saw their production of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. And that was a ton of fun. I'm actually really surprised at how quickly everything around here has started to feel really familiar. My daily metro commute, the luster has worn off and it has just become a humdrum everyday routine. And I've gotten to the point where I get frustrated with people who don't know that, you're supposed to stand on the right and walk on the left, and who have problems with the turnstiles. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've been here like a month and I'm frustrated with these people already. It happens really quickly. And I've also had to learn how to deal with when I get to the metro station and the whole system has shut down because of some sort of mechanical problem somewhere, and I have to walk 45 minutes to work. All part of living in the city with no car. There are a few other things I've learned about this city, like diplomat license plates. You know that scene in Elf where Buddy says, "Watch out for the yellow ones, they don't stop"? Yeah, it's pretty much the same with the diplomat plates. Apparently, diplomatic immunity means that you can run red lights, roll through stop signs, go the wrong way down one-way streets, do pretty much whatever you want with immunity. And so yeah, if you're ever in DC, watch out for the diplomat plates because they are crazy. Another thing that I've noticed is that the common walk down the street becomes competitive walking rather easily. I'm just walking down the street, and then someone in front of me is going ever so slightly slower than me, so I feel like I need to pass them. And the minute I try to pass them, they feel like they need to speed up, and it's just this ongoing speed walking challenge between all the pedestrians. It's quite interesting. A question I had is, what happens to all these leaves after they've done being all red and orange and spectacular? After they fall down, what happens to them? And I learned that people rake them into these huge piles on their curbs, and once in November and once in December, the city sends along these trucks that are these basically huge vacuum trucks, and they suck them all up. They take them off somewhere and make mulch out of them, and then sell them back to the homeowners as mulch in the spring. Brilliant! I've learned a lot of other things about this town in the 3 months that I've been here, but I'm not going to get into them right now. I had originally intended to make these videos once a week, and as you can tell, I've failed spectacularly at that so far. I've been churning them out at the rapid-fire rate of one a month, and I hope in the future to make it a little more frequent than that, and also to make them a lot shorter than the 12 minutes I had been making them, so I'll save my topics for a later time. On my last video, my friend Karen left a comment and asked if I had been directly affected by the government shutdown. And I feel like I needed to answer that. I wasn't really affected directly. The biggest thing that happened was that my paychecks were halted during the time that the government was shut down. So I didn't get any paychecks, but I got all the money that was owed to me after the shutdown ended. So it was kind of tight there for a couple weeks, but it was really okay in the end. The biggest thing that affected me was that Washington, D.C.'s budget is federally approved. So we only had enough budget to run city services like trash pickup and libraries and pretty much everything that a city pays for a couple weeks. So we were about 3 days away from the entire city having to shut down. So it really didn't affect me, but it came close to it. I actually really like having questions from my friends that I can answer in my videos. So if any of you have any other questions that I can answer, or even if you have any place in the city that you would like to see me go to and kind of show you, then please leave me comments and let me know, and I will see what I can do. But please remember that I don't have a car, so I can't go very far. It has to be metro accessible, and I'm really poor, so anything that you want to see me do has to be free or extremely cheap. There's actually quite a few things that I want to go out and see, like the space shuttle that's out at the Space Museum by the airport, and I want to see Mount Vernon, and I want to go to all kinds of different places. So hopefully I'll take my camera along and take you guys with me when I go. Okay, I've been out here for a while and I can't feel my hands or my ass anymore, so I'm going to call it a day. So I will hopefully see everyone again very shortly. Bye!